Good afternoon, everyone. This is Romona coming to you from Social Media How-Tos with Romona. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to take one Canva design and turn it into multiple projects. As an example, I'm going to use a project that I'm currently working on. While branding a new client, she has asked that I create for her bookmarks, an email marketing banner, and a Facebook cover. When turning your designs into multiple projects, you will have several options. And before we get started, if you are not a Canva user, be sure to check the description and click on the link to go ahead and sign up for a free trial with Canva. So your first option is, by default, when you come to Canva, you will be on your home tab. Go ahead and click in the search field and you can look for various templates. So let's say, for example, I put in presentation. Sometimes Canva will switch to your products tab, but what I'm going to do is go ahead and click on templates, click on presentation. What you would do next is then scroll through and look and see if there's a presentation that really pops or stands out for you. So let's say you like this gelato one, you would click on it and you can begin designing that particular presentation. But again, in today's video, I'm actually working on a project, so I'm going to show you what I've already created and how I will create other designs from it. So as you can see at the top of my window, I do have my tabs already open, but I'm going to show you how to get back to the projects tab so you can create yours. So click on home, and on the home page you will see your projects tab. So go ahead and click on your projects. If you've already created projects, you can just go ahead and click on any of your projects, and then I'm going to show you how to turn those projects into other designs. The first thing I started with was her Facebook cover. So I had already created this Facebook cover for her. So each design has its own size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an email marketing banner. And the way that I will do that is click on the resize tab. And first I want to say, if you are not using the pro version of Canva, the resize tab may not be available to you depending on when you're watching this video. But at the moment, the resize tab is only for pro users. If you're not a pro user, I will show you later how you can actually create your designs in different sizes, but it's a little bit of a workaround. But as a pro user, you can click on the resize tab. So the email marketing banner that I'm creating is 800 by 347. And what I will do, because I don't want to resize my Facebook cover, I'm going to go ahead and click on copy and resize. If you click on resize, it will actually resize your Facebook cover to this size. After you've clicked on copy and resize, always make sure that you change the name of your project. I'm going to call this email marketing. This is an email marketing banner. And if you want, like let's say this didn't look right, you could move around your elements, photos, etc. Make them bigger because this is a bigger design, or it appears to be bigger. Make your text bigger. You can stretch it out, do what you want. So I'm just going to move it around a little bit just like that. And then the next thing I want to do is she asked me to create for her bookmarks. So what I have done is I actually found a few bookmarks from the home page. When I went to the search, I searched bookmarks like I showed you earlier. And this is what I found when I searched bookmarks. So now you can select one of these bookmarks and add your own design to it, your branded design like I'm doing. What I did was I found a couple of bookmarks that I liked that I could actually add her brand to, or I can actually resize the other projects that I worked on. I really just opened this bookmark because I was just looking for some ideas to create her bookmark. The other reason why I'm looking at this bookmark is because I need to know the size of the bookmark. So this one is 2 by 6 inches. While you're in your design, you can click on resize and type bookmark. And you see the bookmark size is 2 by 6 inches. I'm going to go ahead and click on copy and resize again. And as you can see, it actually made her photo smaller. It made the font smaller. The watermelon in the picture actually changed the way that it looks, but I'm going to go ahead and change all this. So I'm just going to drag her photo up and center. And I'm going to click on her name information and I'm going to put it under her photo. And what I'll do with the image, which is actually, by the way, this is a video because this is also an animated project that I'm working on. So I'm going to go ahead and double click on the video and you'll see that it shows you the video differently, and it'll do the exact same thing for images, by the way. So I'm going to drag this. So if yours is an actual image, you can just drag it across and make it however you want. So if I wanted to take it to this end and just have that one watermelon showing, I could do that, and that's what it would look like, and I don't like that. So by the way, there's an undo button up here on the left. You can undo that. I'm going to go ahead and double click on it again, and I'm going to drag it here because I think that I like that better. And so what I liked about this particular bookmark and what I'm going to borrow from it is this white box. And you can create your own white box, but this is my lazy method. I'm going to go ahead and copy that white box. Ways that you can do that is you can do Control C if you're on a desktop, or you can click on these three dots, click copy, and I'm going to take it back over to the watermelon bookmark. And so now, as you can see, the actual box is now over top of the images and the text. Go ahead and click on position, click on backward. You'll see her picture comes forward, but where's the text? Go ahead and click on position again, click backward again. Click on backward until everything that you want to bring forward is forward. So now what I don't like is that I can't see the watermelon through the white box. So I'm going to click on the white box. I'm going to click on this grid, which is a transparency feature, and I'm going to drag it until it looks the way I want it to look, where I can still see the watermelon, but that her photo and her text is not blending in, or is not hidden, I should say, by the elements in the watermelon picture. Now, one of the things I want to do, because this is at 60%, we're not really seeing the bookmark in its full scale. So there are two arrows in the bottom right hand corner where you can go ahead and click to see it in full view. Now, to me, this does not look nice, but I'm just showing you this for the interest of this video. I am going to come back and change, add more text. She gave me a quote that she wants on it, but I just wanted to show you how to do this. And by the way, let me just quickly show you how to add new text if you don't know how to do that. So to get back to my canvas, I actually just hit the escape key on my keyboard, or you could click on the close arrow on that expanded version. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the white box. I'm going to stretch it because I want to make the picture and the text bigger. So I'm going to make this bigger, and you'll see guides that kind of like stop you. You can make it as big as you want, but I try to stay within the guides, and I'll check to see if it looks nice. If it doesn't, I may go outside of the guide sometimes. But because this is going to a printer, it's best not to do that. So if it's not going to a printer, you can kind of cheat a little bit. And by the way, Canva does offer printing services, so that's why they're good about showing you those guides. If you send it to them, you want to make sure that you remain within the guides, because the guides are there for a purpose. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make her stay within the guides. I don't really have to keep her box because there's no background. So I'm going to drag it and just make sure her face is within the guide, and it is. And then I'm going to make sure that her text is centered. You see that pink line? That means it's centered. And I'm going to go ahead and center her image. And sometimes if I can't get it with my mouse, I'll use my arrow keys. So I just used my left arrow keys and moved it over. And like I said, she wanted a quote on here, so I'm going to go ahead and click on the text over in the left side navigation. I'll select the tiny text, the little text, the body text, and I'm going to go ahead and move my mouse over that text box so that I can drag it down. When you see the cross, you're going to go ahead and drag it down. Click and drag it down. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and double click in that box, and then I'm going to do paste. If, by the way, you're using a Mac, your double click is going to be something different, and I'm sure you know what it is that you do to click inside of a box. I can't really tell you because I don't have a Mac. And then you see the font is really small. I pasted her text in here that she wanted. It's really small, but I'm just going to go ahead and let's go ahead and click on those two arrows again to see what it looks like. The font I probably would make bold and do some other changes. I'm going to make a lot of changes to this when I finish this video, but I don't want to stay too long in telling you how to do it, but you get the gist of exactly what I'm telling you what to do. So far, what we've done is we've taken a Facebook cover, resized it into an email marketing banner, created a bookmark out of it. And I want to show you one more thing. You know how I keep clicking on these arrows? You can also go ahead and drag where you see this 60% or whatever your percentage says. You can drag that and make it bigger too. I just like to look at it with the arrows because it's going to show me exactly how it's going to look. Oh, by the way, always remember to rename it. So I'm going to call this one bookmark. You can do file save if you want, but Canva is pretty good about automatically saving your documents. But if your internet is sketchy, make sure that you always come over here and do file save. So I've saved this as a bookmark. And now I'm going to go back over to the email marketing design that we just made. And the other thing that the client stated was that she wants a conference banner. So I'm going to see if I can find a conference banner size and resize this project to a conference banner. I know that Canva does print conference banners, so I'm pretty sure that they have that size in here. One thing to note is that I found out from Canva that one thing that they don't print are bookmarks. So you can design the bookmark in Canva, but you cannot get it printed through them. So just know that. They'll print business cards, brochures, and all that. They'll do t-shirts, but they do not do bookmarks. And they said that they're going to add it when I did check with them. They said they're sending that to their development team to ask them if they can start printing bookmarks. So they're really good about that. So we're going to go ahead and click on resize. I'm going to type in banner, and the type of banner that she wants, as you can see, there are a number of different banners: blog banners, canvas banners, classroom banners, LinkedIn banners, Reddit banners. But what she wants is a retractable banner. So I'm going to go ahead and click on retractable banner. And I'm going to click again. Don't forget to click copy and resize. Don't click resize because you'll lose this project. Make sure once again that you rename your project. And I'm going to call this retractable banner. And again, you're basically going to do the same thing. I'm going to drag her picture. I'm going to drag her text. I'm going to stretch her image so that make sure that it's within those pink lines. I'm going to go ahead and move it out a bit, get bigger, because this is one of those tall banners that stands next to your table at a conference. So I'm going to go ahead and drag this down. So this is a larger design. So I'm going to go ahead and do her name inside the pink lines. I'm gonna do a whole lot of different stuff to this when I'm finished this video. But for now, I'm just doing this to show you how easy it is to make multiple designs out of one design. So for this, I may leave it like this, or once again, I can go ahead and double click and just move this around however I want it. I can move this over. Maybe this is how I'll do it. And then click out of it. You can either click out of it or go ahead and click done. You have two options there as well. Scroll down. I again want to do the text, so I'm going to click over here on the left, click text. I'm going to select, this time I'll do the subheading text because this is a bigger project. I'm going to click inside and drag this down, and then I'm going to paste her quote that she wanted to use. If the quote is outside of those pink lines, I can go ahead and drag it in. I can make the quote, by the way, I can bold the quote. So the way that I do it is I actually click inside of the text box and I do Control A. I use my keyboard a lot, but what you could do is you can do like you do a Word document, just highlight it and then come up here and click bold. If you want, you can change your text color by clicking on the A, choose any of your branded colors. You can italicize it if you want. You can change the font by clicking on the font at the top and then over on the left, select what you want. There are a number of different options. You can center it. You can put a bullet on it. You can change the line spacing. So let's say you thought the space was too wide. You can go to line spacing and you can bring it up. You can go to letter spacing and you can stretch out so there's space in between each letter. I'm going to do undo because I don't actually like the way that looks and I want to make sure that I kept what I had. So that's pretty much it. So again, what we've done is we've taken a Facebook cover, we turned it into an email marketing banner, we turned it into a bookmark, and then we turned it into a retractable banner for a conference. And one thing I forgot to tell you is if you have the free account, go ahead and go back to home, which you can do over on the left. Click the home tab. I just want to tell you this one last thing. If you do not have Canva Pro, you may not have that resize option that I just showed you. So from the home page, what you're going to do is click on custom size over on the right. And for some reason, Canva keeps moving this button. So if you don't see it here, look around. It's always on the right somewhere. Just make sure that you click on custom size. And what you can do is either find out the size that you need. So we looked at the bookmark size. I think it was 3 inches by 6 inches. You're going to click on the drop down arrow, change pixels to inches, and put 3 inches by 6 inches in there. And then you're going to click create your design and it's going to create the bookmark size for you. If you needed to do that email marketing banner, you would click on the drop down and make sure it says pixels and change the size. I think my size was 800 by 347. And then you're going to go ahead and click create your new design. And that's it. As always, I want to thank you for hanging in there with me. And with that, I want to say have an amazing day.